Did you know that you can maximize your fat burning while you sleep? Did you know that a lack of sleep can be making you fat and sick? In this video, I will tell you 7 ways to burn more fat while sleeping. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Be sure to subscribe and click that bell so you always get my newest and latest uploads. I'm Dr. Janine Bowering, naturopathic doctor, best-selling author, TV personality, medical researcher, and the mom of 5 children. So leave your questions and comments below. I'd love to hear from you, and I would really appreciate it if you give me a big thumbs up on this video. Stay tuned right until the end. I've got these great tips for you, maybe some of them you have not heard about before, about 7 ways to burn more fat while you're sleeping. So let's get right to it. Number 1 is to make sure you get your melatonin right. So the first thing that you need to do in the morning is to get out there and see that sunrise. You want to get that morning sun, especially into your eyes and on your forehead, to activate your pineal as well, because that sunlight in our eyes activates something called melanopsin. This offsets our entire hormonal system, really important for our energy and our circadian rhythms, but also is important in terms of activating our body's ability to make melatonin right in the eye. And that's important as we start our day. As also, you want to make sure with our melatonin, because it's secreted at nighttime, that we are in a dark environment. So melatonin is secreted from the pineal gland when it's dark and when it's cool. A study has also shown that melatonin actually helps with brown fat. And yes, we want more brown fat. This is our body's thermogenesis. And what this study showed was that the application of melatonin in regulating brown adipose tissue helped metabolism and its relationship to human obesity. So yes, we want that melatonin. It's a master antioxidant, but also helps us with our brown fat, which helps to keep us warm, which is what we want. Tip number 2 is to make sure that our thyroid is working properly. So one of the cofactors that the thyroid needs is iodine. So make sure that you're using a little bit of iodized salt in your diet, and also decrease the fluoride exposure that you have. So if you're using a fluoridated toothpaste, this could be a problem. Also watch your drinking water that it doesn't contain fluoride, because this will shut down the thyroid and you will not have that burning of fat ability as you sleep. And that's the great thing about the thyroid gland, is that it is completely active, and more active when we're sleeping. If its actions are compromised, we won't be able to burn that fat off as we sleep. Tip number 3 is to use coconut oil in your diet, because studies have shown that it helps to increase our resting metabolic rate. And that's important because even at rest, we can be burning off excess calories and fat, and that's something I think we all want. Tip number 4 is to increase your protein. So protein helps to keep us full, especially starting your day with a high protein meal is really a great way to stave off your hunger throughout the day, but also to ensure that you have that vital energy and to also help with your metabolism. Tip number 5 is to decrease your overall carbohydrate exposure and consumption. So especially the refined carbohydrates are always worse, because they're going to spike your blood glucose levels very quickly, but even fruit sugars and things like juice will do this as well. Dried fruits as well can be a problem, so you want to make sure that you're limiting your exposure to these, especially if your leptin levels and your insulin resistance are not in a balanced and happy place yet. Check out my other video all about leptin resistance and also the sugar addiction show, and you'll get some tips there as to how to deal with those carbohydrates in the diet. Tip number 6 is to stop eating, especially 3 hours before sleep time. So we can only secrete and utilize our melatonin when our insulin levels fall and in the dark. So if you're still eating right before bed, this is a real challenge for your body to get that restful night's sleep, because it will mess up your melatonin levels. And tip number 7 is to get cold, especially before bedtime. So you want to decrease the ambient temperature in your room. You also want to, if you can, maybe take a cool shower. You want to increase your body's thermogenesis and that fat burning when you're sleeping, which is so remarkable. And you wake up the next morning and you may be just a little bit lighter. So please share this video if you think it will help someone that you know. And also, if you learned something new, I would love for you to give me a big thumbs up. I truly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and click click the bell so you are always notified of my newest and latest uploads. Remember to take good care of your health and to do it naturally. Thanks for joining me today.